everybody. Michelle, we've got some special guests up in the hair.
Very excited.
Very excited. Zach and Missi Pyle and Zach. Zach, what's your last name?
Selwyn. Zach Selwyn.
Oh, that's interesting.
You've never heard.
No, I have. There is a famous Selwyn, and I'm not sure.
It's Wendy Selwyn.
That's my wife.
Your wife,
Yeah.
exactly. That's exactly
There was a singer
right.
named Selwyn from New Zealand who got kind of popular for a minute.
Selwyn.
According to Wikipedia, I'm number one.
Oh, right on.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I am number 2 behind Mississippi.
Oh,
Right.
of course you are.
Wow. Now, you guys have a podcast. What's it called?
It's called Missi and Zach Might Bang.
Oh,
Might Bang.
wow.
Might Bang.
Now, you guys know each other through his
All of
wife.
our banging.
Oh,
No.
all the banging.
Might Bang again.
Potential banging.
Yeah, my wife, actually, we met probably 10 years ago. Missy was dating a mutual friend, and then we all just started hanging out. And then recently, you and Wendy, my wife, started hanging out more.
Really hanging out. Yeah, I adopted a little
really
girl,
hanging out.
and they have 2 kids, and her daughter wants to be my daughter's best friend, and I'm super into it. Even though my daughter's only 13 months.
13 months.
Aw.
So when you adopted her, how old was she when you adopted her?
I came to her birth. Her birth mother selected me, and so I've had her since she went. Wah! And I
Wow.
smacked her in the ass.
Perfect.
She's been mine.
And you had to go through the whole process of selection and
they work the way that it works now in private adoption domestically. From what I know is that you make a profile. The adoptive parents would make like a profile. They go through an adoption agency, and then the birth parents decide. They get a bunch of different profiles, and they say, "Oh, this is who I would like," and they choose.
But it used to be where the birth parents were sort of cloaked in secrecy and stuff. Did they conceive the child with the idea of putting it up for adoption?
I think a lot of times, I mean, I don't think that that's normally how it is. I think that's just, they decide that it's a pregnancy, that they decide, that they want to put the child up for adoption. I don't think I think that would be more like human trafficking.
Yeah.
Right.
It's better for the
But
kid.
then again, who's to say?
Yeah, and Zach, you guys have kids too.
Right. I have 2 children, 10 and 6.
10 and 6.
And they're wonderful. And they really are in love with Zoe, Missy's baby.
Missy's baby is Zoe.
Are we not allowed to say the name on the? Did I just
course.
like totally?
No, unless you're in the witness protection
Zoe
program.
Rose Pyle, we live at. There are no gates. There are no
The
security
cameras
system.
are fake.
Come
My
on
dog
over.
is deaf. Come on over. Especially at night. I have a little mace next to my bed. But if you get me before I can get to it.
But your aim
we can
is
have a
really
party.
shit. So
It really is.
Yeah.
It's actually bear spray. I have a big can of bear spray
You
next to
do
my
actually
bed.
have a bear spray can, don't you?
I do. I have it next to my bed because my
that's right. You used to have a bear.
ex-husband was a bear wrangler.
She went from a bear to a baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good, really bad sitcom. Bear to a baby.
Bear to a baby.
Bear to a baby.
PJ
And the
and the
bear
bear.
being like
right.
a man.
Yeah. How is raising a baby different from raising a bear?
That's a good
Well,
question.
there's no difference. You just leave some food outside the cage and hope that they don't
preferably raw
rip
meat.
raw meat.
Yeah,
Just
raw
rip
meat.
your face off.
Yeah. How long did you guys have the bear? Because the bear's not supposed to be with people.
So, it wasn't my bear. My ex-husband worked at a drive-through bear park in Wyoming, and their
Wyoming.
practices were a little shout out.
No, I'm shouting out to Wyoming because my partner has a ranch in Wyoming.
Yeah, that Wyoming is stunning. And
It
I
is
did
stunning.
a movie in Montana. Met this guy whose bear was in the movie. Anyway, he worked at this bear park, and they would, I guess.
I feel some bad stories coming on.
Yeah, I think at this particular bear park, they let the bears breed in captivity, which is not really something that people think is a good idea.
Well, here in West
ever seen
Hollywood, it is.
Jurassic Park.
Anyway, so he took one of the bears that when it was a baby and left the park. 'Cause I think they were euthanizing some of the cubs after the fun petting season. And he said, "I'm taking this bear, and if you try to come after me, I'm going to tell everybody about your practices." And now I've told everybody about my practices. So,
so
and
you
then
married
he
the Aaron
started-
Brockovich of
He was Aaron Brockovich.
Wyoming, of the bear country.
Of bear country. And then he took the bear, and then they opened a bear sanctuary, and they only take bears that are in bad captive situations and can't
Rescues.
be released. Bear rescues.
Yeah.
So they can't, because the bear can't. Once a bear's been in captivity, it can't go back into the wild. You can't rehabilitate it because we'll always seek food from humans. So even if it's like a friendly bear, people will be like, "Ah, he's coming after me."
Right.
It's yours.
I'm always blown away by those videos where like someone rescues a bear and then they release it back in the wild, and then 4 years later they send the human into the wild to find the bear, and the bear comes and like hugs them,
and then rips their face
then
off.
they tear their face off.
It's always going to happen.
Were you ever scared in the bear? I mean, I know you should be asking this question.
No,
but, like,
I want to know.
because I'm a little fascinated by it.
It is fascinating.
It's like that thing with Melanie Griffith, like she was raised with a lion.
Yes.
Or
Oh,
whatever.
right.
Whatever.
Tippy had the right.
Yeah.
Tibby had to have a lion.
Yeah.
But,
What was that movie they made? It was called Roar. Anybody?
The Katy Perry movie?
No. Tippi Hedren and her husband, Melanie Griffith. Is it Griffin or Griffith? I can
Mr.
never remember.
Griffith.
Yeah. They made a movie called Roar.
Was it a documentary about
It was
their-
about the lions on their ranch or whatever.
Vaguely remember it.
Yeah. I was on the Turner Classic
I remember the
Movies
birds
recently.
more.
The birds, yes, that was that
Right.
one too.
Ouch.
I don't think she
Wild
owned...
animals and birds will always rip your
Yeah,
face
they will
off.
always.
Tear your eyes
What
out.
was the bear's
So-
name, by the way?
Well, there were a few, but this bear
Yogi.
brooded. Yogi. There you go. This bear was named a Yogi Brutus. And this bear, like, by the time I came along, this bear was like, 900 pounds.
Oh, my
And I would watch
goodness.
my ex-husband, like, go into the like enclosure with him, and like they would give each other a high five, and like the bear would. I mean, the bear thought of him as his father, and so one day I let the bear give me a high five because the way they did it always looked really pleasant, and like literally I put my hand out and the bear went, "Cool," and I just was like,
Oh my
and I had
goodness.
taken wedding photos. Like they had like hot wire in between me and the bear, but they never turned it on. So there's like a piece of string between the bear and I. It was so
The bear
my
was like
goodness.
the best man. at
well,
your
it
wedding or
didn't.
something.
It was,
Brilliant.
but
It was.
It
I mean-
didn't like walk him down the aisle.
okay.
They, I guess, Fish and Game in Montana thought that might be.
Yeah. Where in Montana was this?
Well, the bear, the wildlife, the bear rescue is in Bozeman, but I got married in a place called Holland Lake Lodge. And that is closer to East Glacier,
I see.
Montana, which is near that big park.
Yeah. Where are you from, Zach?
I'm from Tucson, Arizona, sir.
Oh, really? Do
Yeah.
Do you know who's from Wilcox, Arizona?
The apple picking capital of the state? No, I do not.
What big country music star? One of my favorite.
Let's see. I kind of know
Tippi
this.
Hedren.
Tippi Hedren.
Tippi Hedren.
I love her
Is
music.
from
Before she got her eyes scratched out,
Wilcox,
she was an
Arizona.
amazing musician.
It's Tanya Tucker.
Oh,
Tanya.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I love
Tanya
Tanya.
Tucker.
Oh, I love me some Tanya Tucker.
Yeah.
And you know what, Tanya Tucker, over the years, she's actually gotten better. She's one of those singers who has
Right.
gotten better
She
over
was
the
so
years.
young when she made it. She was like
So young.
17
No,
and
honey.
dating what's his name?
She was 14
Yeah.
when Delta Dawn came out.
Okay.
Was she really?
Yes, she was.
Wow.
Remember when we interviewed
What's
her?
that flower you got?
That's
Yeah.
right. When we interviewed her on KTU, and this is funny because
97?
96, she thought she was calling into when it was a country station. Do you remember that?
I remember
We
vividly.
took over KTU. It had been a country station
For a long time
for
in
a
New York
long
City.
time. And we took it and turned it into a disco station. And somehow the publicist called us in. We interviewed her, and she was a little perplexed the whole time, thinking, this is
RuPaul
weird.
doing country music
What?
radio?
Anyway, I asked her, because Leanne Rimes was a big hit at the time, I said, do you think there's a conflict with a young girl singing such adult-themed songs? And she said, well, because I said, she had done the same thing. She said, no, her voice is suited for that kind of thing. And she needs material that speaks to that.
Wow. Who did she have sort of the sordid affair with who was like
It was
12
Glenn Campbell.
Glenn?
Yeah.
That's my dog
Yeah,
right there.
and you know that in her book, she writes that Glenn Campbell knocked out every single tooth
One of her teeth.
in her
jeez.
face.
Are you
Dear
kidding
Lord,
me?
never mind.
Every single tooth.
Fuck off, Glenn Campbell.
But because they had a big hit, they had a #1 hit,
That's
Dream
before
Lover.
he had Alzheimer's.
That was way
Remember
before he had the
that
Alzheimer's.
he's a
Yes,
tooth knocker.
yeah, he was the tooth knocker. They were together for a long time. They had a #1 hit, Dream Lover.
Wow.
And-
the remake of the
Yep.
Ricky Nelson song?
Yep,
As
it was
opposed to
number
the
one.
Mariah Carey one.
Right.
It was a #1, and I
got it.
love that. And they were jacked up on a lot of
Stuff.
the whole time. Yeah,
So
Stimulants.
she didn't even feel the teeth.
she didn't feel it. She didn't feel it,
Okay.
and she got some nicer ones anyway.
Yeah, well, those fronts look good.
Yeah, and what now? You're born and raised in Tucson, Arizona,
Yeah. And I came out here at 18 to chase the dream.
and that led to hooking on Santa Monica Boulevard,
Which was only a
Duh.
2-year period.
Yeah.
But, I
But
can,
it paid
I can
the
swing
bills.
it around a
Paid
little
the
bit.
rent. Paid the
Uh-huh.
rent.
I can Maplethorpe it for some art supplies every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
But
wife
no-
does say you got a pretty good Don.
yeah, I got a nice
She
piece.
has
Oh,
said
nice.
a
I got
a
lot
nice piece.
of
Yeah.
good things.
She wouldn't
about
be
it.
with me if I didn't, because I'm the shortest man she's ever dated, and I'm 6'2". So
Are-
she's used to
really?
like 6'5" guys.
How tall is Wendy?
She's
Like
6'9".
And her name is Brutus.
She's on the Lakers.
She is. She
She's
is
5'10".
now. He's married to my ex-husband's bear, Brutus.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. It's all coming full circle.
She has a bigger penis than he does.
I bet.
so-
I bet.
Well, the reason
you know.
we started sort of doing this idea of our podcast is because Missy and Wendy have a really great friendship connection. And it's sort of like if Missy could ever have like a side piece in her life, it would probably be my wife.
Uh-huh.
So I always joke around that mine would have to be Missy then. But in reality, Missy and I don't really have like that necessary, we don't have that sexual,
Tension, yeah.
tension, which sucks for me.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
we did Anna Faris's podcast, and she's the one who there's a reason
She kinda coined our name.
She thought we had some kind
Yeah,
of
she was like,
sexual
I can
tension.
see
She's
something
like, you guys
between
are
you
gonna
guys.
bang. And I've always I'm a very successful musical
Yeah,
musical
yes,
act. I
yes,
mean,
I
I
know.
have so many.
Everybody
I've
knows
made about $350.
That's
Uh-huh.
amazing.
Uh-huh.
10 years.
A professional.
Yeah. And I've spent about 50 grand. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Almost in the green.
I'm almost in the green.
Yeah.
And and most of my music, because I'm Southern Baptist, is like, I want to fuck you up. I wish you were dead. Damn, I love you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Double date rape. I have a bunch
Uh-huh.
of these songs that are ridiculous. And so I thought, now that I'm legit, I'm a mother now, so I'm gonna do a podcast that's gonna be legit. And of course, it's Missy and Zach Might
Might Bang.
Bang.
Yes. Yes.
And
Your
I, of
legacy.
course, I had a serious country career, still do occasionally, same kind of thing. Spent more money than I've made. But some of my hits, like Cartoons I'd Like to Fuck,
Oh, wow.
and Get Your Dick Away from My Daughter,
Oh, I love that.
just
one.
classics.
Yes.
Multi-platinum.
So
hit.
again, it's
Yeah.
all about my art.
Yeah.
I love it.
And why country music? Is it the Tanya Tucker connection?
Yeah, that was it. I love Tanya.
Yeah.
No, I really fell in love with the Southern California country rock of the 70s.
Like the Eagles.
The Eagles, Jackson Brown, J.D.
Yeah.
Souther, all those guys,
Sure.
and Graham Parsons and the Byrds and everything that was coming out of L.A. And I was just fascinated with Laurel Canyon and Crosby, Stills and Nash and that whole kind of sound. And that's sort of what my tone went for.
How did you find that? You have an older brother?
I have a stepfather who was in rehab. That normally does it. They
Yeah.
have to have an
After he
addiction.
knocked his teeth out.
Right.
He was like,
My stepfather was super, was a radio DJ and had every great song. I knew everything before anybody else because he was just on top of it. So that's kind of how it started.
Do you know what Bob Welch's big breakthrough song was? Singles.
Welch.
He was a member of Fleetwood Mac,
Oh yeah.
the earlier version of it, and then he broke off, and they got Stevie Nicks and all those people.
And those guys who kind of helped.
Wait, there
them
was
go
a Fleetwood
far.
Mac before Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's another guy
And
named
Lindsey
Peter
Buckingham.
Green who took LSD and wandered off into the jungle and never reappeared.
yeah.
Never knew.
Well, Bob Welch
Love
had a
it.
big hit called "Sentimental Lady." Do you remember that
I
song?
don't know that one.
Yeah, because what year were you born? Is that too personal?
91. No, I'm 40. I'm 41. I was born in 75, so that might have been out around that.
It was around. It was It came out in '77 because I think it came out at the same time that Rumors came out. Yeah, Bob Welch.
And he's like, I'm gonna fuck Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
This is gonna do it for me.
Yeah, yeah. What's your favorite Eagles song? Do you have one?
Oh, yeah. It's probably One of These Nights or.
oh, that's a good one.
these nights.
I love that, and I love Lion Eyes. I like that era, that mid height, peak eagles. I mean, there's different kinds of eagles. You got the Henley and Fry eagles when they were coked out. That's that era.
Hot.
Then you got those like Joe Walsh songs that are hidden on Hotel California, like Pretty Maids All in a Row.
That's a good
That can
one.
blow you. But then there's the early, like real country rock eagles with like 21 and Bitter Creek by Bernie Ledden. I mean, they have some deep cuts.
Wow.
When I was in high school, I was at I grew up Southern Baptist. We weren't allowed to listen to rock music, but we had I was a big Eagles fan, and mostly Don Henley, because I didn't really even know the Eagles at that point. And I went to see Don Henley in concert when I was 16, and I took this woman who had done my makeup. We did Into the Woods, the musical, and I played the witch. And so as her gift for doing my makeup, I took her to see Don Henley, and we had these nosebleed seats, and this guy from backstage was like,
You girls.
Really? We got backstage passes.
Seriously?
And they invited us.
Were you wearing blue? Were you dressed as the
my
witch?
favorite my favorite rust-colored shorts, like suit. And this was like I was in high school in 2010. But we went backstage and met Don Henley, and then they were like, "Do you guys want to go out with us afterward?" I was only 16, but I was like, "Sure, of course." No, he wasn't into me. He was into this other woman, but I made out with the keyboard player.
Oh my goodness.
You were 16?
I love
And
this
maybe I
story.
was 17. I was 17. And then we got to their
So
like
statutory
hotel,
rape.
and they were like, "Thank you," and like just said goodbye to us. But then like they reached out to me a couple. It was really the tour manager.
It's very sweet, though.
Well, Don Henley,
huge for me.
huge talent, but he had some issues with some underage girls and some
is that real?
drugs in
Is
the
that
early
true?
80s.
I
Yeah.
have issues that he didn't
go for
Right.
you.
Yeah. What's wrong with
What's
me?
wrong with me? Why doesn't anyone want to date rape me?
How come nobody wants to roofie me?
Hence your song, Double Date Rape.
Why
Do
can
you want to play a verse of
I
Double
can
Date Rape?
remember everything. Oh God.
Yeah,
Double
let's,
date rape.
Let's hear a verse. We brought a
let's hear
guitar
verse.
with
yeah.
us, RuPaul.
Yeah, we're going to take a break in 5 minutes, but we
right,
have
this
time
would be
for
a
a
good-
song.
Double date rape is such a
You don't have to
dumb
play.
song. I mean, it's really dumb. And I
We
sing
like
it with my
dumb.
friend Brooke. We have a band called the Tumbleweeds.
Wait a minute, how many bands do you
I
have?
have like 20.
Yeah.
Multitask.
And the idea is that every time these sisters go out on a date, they get date raped.
Lucky.
Sitting on the toilet.
Oh, boy.
Oh, paralyzed with fear. Mama comes to the door and says, sorry, I haven't played it in a while. What are you girls doing in here? Come sit with us, Mama. Come in and pull the drapes. We're damaged and we're pregnant from our most recent double date rape. Not again, says Mama. Who was it this time? I wish I could take it from you and make that double date rape mine. It was the mall cops that arrested us. Having a dream. We're destined to be double date raped, or so it would seem. Double date rape. Double date rape, double date rape, yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe if we went out alone from rape, we could escape double date rape. Anyway, that's it. That was written with me by my friend Brooke Dillman, who is just a genius.
And a huge fan of
Brilliant.
yours, by the way.
What's
Huge
his name?
fan. Her name is Brooke, and she's on a show called Wrecked on TBS.
Oh, yes. The
And
wreck
she is
shipwreck
so
thing.
funny and
Wow.
wonderful. And she lost her mind, wondered if we could do like a little like video hello
We'll do a
to her
video
later.
later.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe.
do a video.
Yeah.
That'll
later.
cost you.
And then my
Yeah.
other bandmate is also like shitting her pants, Jenna. That I'm here with you.
Oh my God, I love
We're all just
love it.
shitting.
All
her
the
pants.
guys in my
Shawnee and
band,
my
like-
other band, she doesn't
All
give
the
a
guys
shit.
in my
Yeah,
band.
Shawnee,
yeah.
yeah,
All the
yeah,
guys in my
yeah.
band were like, what? Who the fuck? Oh, yeah, supermodel song?
Guys, we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to come back with more Zach and Missy and Michelle.
I'm here.
Right after this break. Now, girl, have you heard that Casper has become the internet's most favored mattress of all time.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
No, I think that's because of you and me up in here.
Yes.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Casper is an online retailer of premium mattresses for a fraction of the price. And everyone is saying thumbs up to Casper. Like 4.8 stars is the average.
Over 20,000 reviews and the average of 4.8 stars. That's huge. You know how hard that is to keep?
Oh, my goodness.
With over 20,000 reviews and still have it that high, that's saying something. Casper's quickly become the internet's favorite mattress, and we know why. You're welcome. You can get $50 toward any mattress, $50 towards any mattress purchase by visiting Casper.com/Rue and using the offer code RU. What are you kids waiting for? Go to Casper.com/Rue today and get started.
We are back
I can't
with.
believe. Oh, you're already back.
We're already
Yeah.
back.
That was a
Yeah,
hell of a
You guys
break.
are
That
so
was a really
fast.
quick break. Now Michelle has to get this off her chest.
Well, I just want to talk, we've got a body of work with Missi Pyle, of course.
A body.
But the most important, you've done amazing things.
Michelle.
Charlie and the Chocolate. Look, you're so great at whatever you do. But let's talk a minute
Whatever it
about
is.
one of my favorite movies of all time,
Okay.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh,
Go.
that's right. Just talk about it.
Go. But honestly, I don't know if people,
Yeah. I saw it in the theaters.
saw it in the
Oh
theaters.
my God, you were live then? Oh my God.
She was a newborn. I brought him.
They were black and white, and they were before the talkies.
Yes, and people had faces. Now, Michelle, what is? You tell me, what is it you love about this movie?
Well-
There's so many movies she's done. Why this one?
It's my favorite that she's done because that movie talked to me on many levels. I grew up with a really nerdy brother and dated really nerdy guys, so it was so spot on. If anybody's ever gone to a con, I grew up playing D&D and doing all
Right.
that stuff. So it was, and my brother was really into Star Wars and Star Trek. And if anybody's ever gone to any kind of conventions other than DragCon, because it's kind of an anomaly in itself, you understand every single element about it. And Alan Rickman. I mean,
It was an incredible
oh
cast.
my God,
get the part?
Sam
Incredible
Rockwell.
script.
Yeah,
So, I mean, this is a movie about that was made in 1995, and it was about these aliens receive the historical documents, which is from from in space, and they model
Wait,
their
it wasn't
entire
95.
civilization.
It was a
that
little later.
99. I'm sorry.
99.
yes, I was
99.
gonna say because we were on the radio.
So and I play one of the aliens, and the historical documents are the TV show Galaxy Quest. We're getting it transmitted into space, and then
AKA
our-
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Right, and then our planet gets destroyed, and we come down, and we to Earth, and we come to a Comic-Con, and we see them there, and we ask them to come help us. But they think that we're just asking them to come do a gig,
Yeah.
an appearance, and then we send them into space. And they
Because you, as the
basically help
aliens,
us.
believe Galaxy Quest, the TV show, to be
is
a
real. Like
thing.
it would be a
Transmission,
God. Yeah, God was sending us, messages. So there are heroes, and it's a very sweet story. And the way I got the part was that. I went in for this audition, and I got a page because I was doing a play at the Odyssey, and
On your beeper.
I had a beeper.
Skytel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I went in, and I didn't really know what to do with the material. And the casting director, which is Debbie Zane, she said, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to show you this. Someone else's audition who's playing an alien. They were having a really hard time casting the part. And so I looked at it, and the guy his face was to the side, and then he looked forward and went, "Oh yeah," and had this look on his face, and I was like, "Oh, I know exactly what that is."
Uh-huh.
And so that's how we did it. And then
You
the casting
emulated what he did?
kind of. Well, I just saw they were so friendly and so full of they were geniuses, but like giant squids.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And they had no idea. They knew nothing but goodness.
Right. Did the guy whose audition you saw, did he also get the
He
part?
also got the part, not the one that he auditioned for. He ended up getting, it was Jed Reese who got the part of Teb, which is another one of the aliens, but the part he was auditioning for was Mathazar, which ended up being Enrico Colantoni. But I just really understood what it was. And then the casting director told me that she's photocopied her CSA card and put it on my headshot and said to the director, if you don't hire her, I'm going to leave the union.
Wow.
That was one of the nicest
That's
things
Wow, that's
ever happened
huge.
to me. And it was really...
I thought you were going to say, yeah, he auditioned for Alien number 4, but it was Tim Allen. They gave him the lead.
But such a cast.
And Tim Allen was so perfectly cast in that movie because he
Perfectly.
plays
And
that
Sigourney Weaver as well.
TV star who's kind of a washed-up TV star, and he was a TV star at the time, and
I love
And
that
Alan Rickman, yes.
What's the scene where he's like
Shakespearean.
he's putting on his like makeup. He goes, I
played Richard
III.
III.
Every time I do some like horrible role, I quote that and just remind myself that I didn't play Richard III ever.
Not only did we not play Richard III, nor did we do a TV show that lasted for 8 years,
right.
whatever.
Yet.
One of the best movies
Still.
ever written, ever done. I still have. There were collector glasses. Like I still have them. I was obsessed. Still own it.
I saw those collector glasses and never got them. I guess
Still.
I could go on eBay.
And Zach, do you act at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been going full steam ahead since I was at 22.
He does
Any
a lot,
nudity?
a lot of nudity.
Frontal?
I've never shown the wong on camera. no. I have done a lot of TV hosting. That's mainly where I've seemed to have found my niche in this world, is like being a presenter.
Yeah.
Posted a lot of shows on like the History Channel and Discovery Channel and
Really?
Science and ESPN and G4 and just all
And
over
when
the
you
place.
watch yourself back, what are the critiques that you give yourself? Because when
my hair looks thin. No, I don't know. Sometimes I can't watch it.
you can't watch it.
Like a lot of people. I think.
Unless you've got
Or-
a fistful of Jergens lotion.
I do turn myself on a little
Yeah.
bit.
Because when I do the hosting thing, I do this thing where, and this is from radio, and I think I'm pointing at the person who I can blame this on, is
How long
that
have you
when,
guys known each other?
let's see,
Seems like a long time.
Eisenhower was in the White
Yeah, right.
House. Yeah.
Mamie introduced us.
Mamie and Eisenhower
Mamie Van Doren?
introduced us.
Mamie Eisenhower.
Eisenhower introduced us, yeah. But I do this
We
thing.
met through Myrna Loy.
Myrna Loy's a very good friend of
Wonderful
mine.
lady.
Yeah,
Clara Bow
wonderful.
and I went to high school together.
I just think where I accentuate every word with a body movement. Where I always, when I think, okay, I want to be able to stand there, sit there, or stand there and talk without moving.
I can't do that.
When I do a
all
host, anytime
hands.
I'm playing myself, I do the exact opposite, which is come down here and I just I hunch my shoulders over and I'm like, whatever I do, some person like that. Like I'm such an asshole and I flip my hair. Maybe why- that's why it's not working
That was
for me.
really good.
That was really good. That was really good. We talked about this earlier. Your hair is so
I love
gorgeous.
you more than I've ever loved anyone.
But let me tell you why, okay? First of all, you're very tall. You're like
Yes.
5'11".
I'm 5'11".
And
In my
it's
bare feet.
the right length for your body. Was there a hairstylist who said, you know what, Missy, you've got to keep it at this length because proportionately, this is the perfect length for you?
Wow, no, but I will never vary from this length.
It's very sassy.
I did an episode of a show called something. I can't remember.
Great.
The Girls Next Door.
I did an episode of a show called The Girls Next Door.
You're playing
Playboy
Holly
one?
Madison's
Like,
yeah.
I art imitating life.
Yeah.
And they cut my hair to this length, and I was like, I said you can dust a couple because they had an idea of how they wanted this character to be. And this whole time I'm trying to remember the name of the show. And it was this length, and I thought, oh, that actually suits me.
Yeah, it
That
does.
suits you.
Yeah.
It does.
It's like just right at the shoulders.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Can I ask you a question? Because
Yes.
I don't know when I read this interview with you.
I
This
think I
is-
know
Are
the
we
answer.
done talking about my
I know
hair?
the answer.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it's
love your hair.
36, 24, 36.
Oh my God.
Is that right? Is that the
Well,
answer?
No, I when you first kind of came on the scene and you got famous, I read something. It might have been in like Details magazine.
This is going to be my.
like-
I know where he's going with
But
this.
there was something that said that you don't have one human hair on your body.
I was absolutely wrong with where he was going with this.
I have thought about that.
What do
'cause
you
I
mean?
have hair where you shouldn't have hair.
No, you're right. No, I don't have human hair. I have a lot of cat hair
That's
Dog
fine.
hair.
all over my body. But
Border collie.
No, it was because I probably said that I'd shaved everything off, eyebrows, everything,
Yeah.
so that you can get into drag. But I'm sure I did it for comic relief too, just
Right.
because.
What
I
did you
always
say?
loved that.
All the hair, even the undercarriage.
Yes, between me down there,
Everything.
Yeah.
Because it sounds very appealing to me. I'm like, I just want to go nothing. Just
Yeah.
whoop.
You know, Zach, it's dolphin-like.
Oh,
Yeah.
You just
Mammalian.
slide. It's hard to have sex. People just slide right off.
There you go.
Often, have you never shaved all the hair off your body?
No, I've yet to do that.
Have you ever shaved your underarm hair?
Nope.
What about between me down there?
Yeah, I haven't had pubes since the 90s.
Really?
He's very
He
hairy,
shaves them off
though.
and just glues them up here.
Yeah,
They're on
that's
my
what I
beard,
think.
yeah.
That's his
You ever see
beard.
that movie Jackass
All
and they
his
glue the
pubes.
pubes on the beard?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. No, I think it's important to do everything you can in this life, and especially the things that embarrass you the most. What's the most embarrassing thing that you've ever done?
This
Zach?
podcast.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
This is it.
Oh,
Yeah. Damn.
What is the most?
shots fired.
I don't know. I mean, certainly got caught humping a pillow in high school a few times.
Really?
By who?
By my stepfather. My mom probably was aware of what was going on.
Was there a hole in the pillow?
Like American Pie
I
moment?
used to destroy pillows all over my house. I don't know what.
No pillow is
That's
safe.
the most embarrassing thing.
No, I don't know. I'm sure I have really luckily not been that embarrassed in my life. And when it has happened, I've been able to kind of turn it around pretty quickly.
Yeah. And Missy, you're talking about growing up in a religious family. Were there any roles that you didn't take because you thought it would offend your parents?
I think I remember I got offered an audition. Not that I haven't. There are two. I auditioned for that TV show that was about all the lesbians back, the L Word. And I remember looking at the breakdown, and it was like Tina requires nudity, Jessica requires nudity, everybody required nudity and sexuals. And I thought, I don't know if I can do that. It was more like. And I recently just did on that show. I still can't remember the name of. I did like
it was called Empire.
Scenes. And I remember, and the other actor and I were like, it was an ABC show, and we were like, he was like pretending like he was going down on me, and I was like, if we were on an HBO show right now, this would be insane.
And you'd be really doing it.
We would be really, because we were both really uncomfortable and sort of like, oh my God, this is kind of embarrassing. Hi, how are you? And now I'm going to go down on you. I've never met you, which is that acting world, But we were like, if this was like the L Word or Westworld, whatever, or
Californication,
Game of Bones,
right?
Yeah,
we would be like, I would have his patches of his pubes near my
wow.
Glued
Was
to
that
your
the most
face.
intense?
Glued to my-
Is that the most
Yeah.
intense sex scene you've ever done?
Yeah.
and it wasn't. And I've never really done any that much sex stuff. It's mostly comedy.
Yeah.
How do you do?
I had to do one once.
Do you do that as an actor when you get like these really intense sex scenes? Even that. What is going through your head at that moment?
Well, there was in this TV show, I had to kiss 4 people in one scene, and then I
With
I
the
kissed,
tongue?
Like
I kissed
kiss?
2 women. I kissed, and on the show,
It's
I
on
kissed 5
ABC?
people. Yeah, it's this show with Murray, with Peter Krause and Murray. I just can't remember the name. of it.
Oh, it's The Catch.
The Catch. Thank you. I did an episode of The Catch.
I love that show.
Yeah, and I had to kiss Peter. I had to kiss this guy named John. And I had to kiss Gina Torres, and I had to kiss this other, like these 2 random like extras.
Yeah.
That were cute. And I remember like at one point kissing Peter Krause, and I had to kiss him, and I come up to him, and I'm like trying to seduce him, and I've taken my I've literally I'm doing the scene nude, which means I'm wearing like panties and and I had to kiss him, and it was kind of like, and I was really, because the camera was there, and then I went to kiss him again, and then he kind of turned his head, and then I was so embarrassed. I felt like,
He turned his head. What do you mean?
well, because the camera wasn't on that part of us anymore, so it was like you just.
so you don't really have to do it.
Ah.
But I was still doing it, and then
Yeah.
I felt a little bit like, kind of like,
Why
Like
did you
you-
want
like
to
you
kiss
were new in
me?
town.
he doesn't want to kiss me.
Why?
But I remember, but it's such a strange thing to just
Yeah.
be like, action, and I take my clothes off, and
yeah.
it's like, and kissing, and then Gina kisses me, and everybody it was just.
I gotta see this episode.
I watched that show. But what's interesting about that, Zach, is the negotiation, the human negotiation in a scene. Like, obviously, you've got cameras all around you, but as an actor, you are hired to play all of the notes of the human emotion scale, right? So at what increments do you say, okay, this is a TV show, it's Peter Krause, I'm willing to go this far. And for HBO, I'm willing to go
Right.
this far. Do you have a standard like that?
I've never been offered. I was offered a role in this movie called Drive Angry with Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
And I hadn't worked in a studio movie in like 4 years. I mean, when I met the bear guy, my acting career just went, just got sucked away from me. The clouds. I mean, I had nothing. I was just painting a
bear
geodome in Montana, like painting the walls and listening to the story on tape. That Robert McKee book.
Yeah.
And as I'm painting the wall, and like I painted this one room like 4 different colors. Anyway, and I got this offer, and I was like, I got to do it. And
You got
it
a
was
straight up offer.
It was an offer to play a prostitute who's fucking Nicolas Cage, and as we're fucking, like 9 people come in to try to kill him, and he thwarts. He kills all of them. But and then and
He's
then at the
driving
end,
angry. He's driving angry. Yeah.
At the end, the cops interview me, and I'm like, they was trying to kill him while we was fucking. I remember I was like, I kind of wanted to do it. I was like,
It's money here.
Uh-huh.
they
You
offered me
get to work
really
with
low
an
money,
Academy
and it was
Award winner.
so much nudity that I just kind of thought like I don't. think I could.
Although the year, I'm just going to state this is my own personal opinion. The year he won the Oscar, he should not have won the Oscar.
From Leaving Las Vegas?
That belonged to Sean Penn for Dead Man Walking. And because he's so politically outspoken and didn't support the system, they gave it to Nicolas Cage.
But since then, Mr. Penn has gotten
Yeah,
two
because
Oscars.
it was fucking ridiculous. It was the same bullshit why Cher didn't win for Mask. It was some bullshit because they didn't play the fucking game.
It's so surprising that the Oscars are political.
I know, but I just had to throw that in there because
Ladies
Sean
and
Penn should
gentlemen,
have
Michelle
won.
Visage,
Thank
Drive
you.
Angry 2.
Thank
I
you.
won a High Times Stony Award in 2008, if that impresses
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah.
A High Time Stony.
Yeah.
Did you have to smoke a lot of weed to get
Well,
that?
No, I wrote a song called I Want to Be a Lawnmower because they're always on grass.
Uh-huh.
And Song of the Year, people.
I won the
Song of the
typing
year.
award in
Are
8th grade.
Are you gonna play it? Can you play us a little piece?
Oh,
of
do
that?
it.
Yeah,
I
we're
can
going to
play-
go into a break,
Oh,
but
yeah.
but
I like
play us
working.
into break, yeah.
Wait, Missy was going to say something.
Now, have you ever heard of David Allan Coe?
Of course.
Yes, well, he's got a song that I love called N-Word Effer. That's
Jesus.
one of my... It actually came on Shuffle. Just
is-
Really? He fucks Nancy?
Yes, uh-huh.
Yeah, he's got some pretty unlistenable songs, but some epic, beautiful songs. as
Yes, he
well.
does, yeah. Okay.
Unlike this one.
This one
So
is
this is a
called I Want to Be a
2008
Lawnmower.
Yeah.
Because it's always
Stony
on grass.
Award
They're
winner?
always on
What's the
grass.
winner?
This is. I want a bong. I want a 2-foot bong, glass bong. It's at my brother-in-law's.
Worth it.
Wow.
Totes. All right. Way back there in junior high, they asked me what I wanted to be. Well, other kids said a fireman or member of the local PD. Well, my only interests were getting high and cutting class, so I said I want to be a lawnmower. They're always on grass. I want to be a lawnmower. They're always on grass. Spend my days getting trim and huffing my own gas. Find a girl with a cute little engine that's built to last. I want to be a lawnmower because they're always on grass.
Oh, yes. I love that song.
worth a bong.
That's worth more than that's 7 minute bongs. All right, we're going to take a real quick break and we'll be right back after this. Food, glorious food. Do you know what show that's from?
Oliver.
Yes, it is. Well, that's cues me into Blue Apron. Talk about glorious food and delicious meals.
There's a lot of people, and you included, who either don't know how to cook or don't want to cook.
Right.
And the thought of it is like, oh, I got to go out and buy all these
All
ingredients.
the ingredients
I got
and all-
to measure them.
Figure out how to make
all
it.
this mishigas.
Yes.
Well, with Blue Apron, you do not have to worry about any of that. I've been using it, guys. I think May will be a year.
Yeah, it'll be a year soon.
And it's been unbelievable because I'm not home a lot of the times. My kids will text me, my husband will text me, say, hey, can I make the meal? They get excited to cook the Blue Apron meal. It shows up in a box on, this dry ice stuff that's completely recyclable.
Yeah.
It's all done with all that in mind. It's from family-run businesses and everything's...
How often does it come?
I get once a week.
Okay.
I get 2 meals for 4 people once a week.
Yeah.
And trust me, there's plenty left over as well because there's all sorts of different, one meal you'll want the tacos and maybe you don't feel like eating them. That can be
Yeah.
left over for the next day. It's
Okay.
fantastic. Less than $10 a meal. Blue Apron delivers seasonal recipes along with pre-proportioned ingredients like we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's already done for you.
It couldn't be easier. And apparently there are all these new meals coming up. Like something about some mango something. What was that?
That's the... They have the cashew chicken stir fry. I ordered that one for my family with tango mandarins and jasmine rice. They have like udon noodle soup with miso and soft boiled eggs.
And then, in Australia, they have the barramundi fish.
Yes.
Which is so beautiful. And I heard somebody today say quinoa, but it's quinoa.
Did
Yes.
somebody say quinoa?
Yeah, down at the restaurant.
I heard somebody order a crepe and say creepy. Did I tell you that?
A crepe.
I'd like a creepy. What? Yeah. New recipes created weekly. They're not repeated within a year. And if you go on there and you see what's coming up for next week and you're not really crazy about it, you can go in and switch your meal out for something else.
Oh, okay.
Choose your meals from a variety of recipes, or you can let Blue Apron's culinary team surprise you, which I do not do because I'm neurotic and I have 2 teenage daughters who, if they don't know what they're getting, it's a little bit of a control issue. So you can do it. You can customize your recipes each week based on your preferences. Choose delivery options to fit your needs. There is no weekly commitment. If you want to split, like I went away to Mammoth.
Yeah.
We skipped a week.
Okay.
It's very easy to do that. And each meal comes with a step-by-step, easy-to-follow recipe card. I just put it up on the thing, on like the cabinet in front of me.
Refrigerator?
That's it. And you cook and watch it. And first Check out this week's menu and you get the first 3 meals free. Yes, you heard it. First 3 meals free with free shipping. Some of these companies charge $30, $40 to ship every week.
You're kidding me,
What
right?
is the friggin' point? Not with Blue Apron. You get free shipping. Go to blueapron.com/Rue. That's blueapron.com/Rue. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
We are back with Missi Pyle. And Zach, what's your last name?
Selwyn.
Selwyn. I asked you that
That's all
before.
right.
Zach
Ask him after
Selwyn.
every break.
I'm
Maybe
going
it'll
to.
change.
It's going to sink in. Yes.
You know,
What's
there's a
your
drag
last
queen
name?
called Pissi Myles, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Let's talk about Pissy
Is
Myles.
it not Pissi Myles, is
Pissy,
it?
yeah.
Oh, Pissi Myles. Yes,
Yeah.
Pissi Myles. What city
No
is she
relation.
in? No relation.
Are you sure?
I
What
can't
city
believe
is
that.
she
She
in?
is in, and she just reached out to me to send me a T-shirt, but I haven't gotten it in the mail yet. I gave her my home address.
There's no one named Zach Zelwyn out there.
No.
There should be.
But they have
Yeah,
they just have a
sack is a
giant
good
ball
first.
sack
Ball
for
sack.
head.
Oh,
Nice,
I love
nice.
that.
But
Yes.
Someday.
Pissy, yeah, that I really felt like I could die when that happened.
Pissi Myles, I think, is New York City. I
It's
could
New
be
York
wrong.
City or like somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Yes,
But
adjacent.
I think she's
Jersey.
in New York.
Jersey.
I think
Jersey.
Jersey? You're stuck
Jersey.
on Jersey.
Jersey.
Okay.
I'm stuck on Jersey
Yes,
because Jersey's stuck on me.
Yes,
I know.
exactly. Now, so Zach, when you are doing improvisational songs,
Right.
how does your brain manage to come up with this stuff? It's like freestyle rapping,
That's
you know?
what it is.
that's what it is. He does
How do you
freestyle
do that?
country
He's the
rap.
Biggie Smalls of country music.
He certainly
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
Well,
Biggie
how
balls.
now, technically, explain to me the process. How does that
can't
happen?
Explain magic.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's true,
The
it's
way
true.
I've been doing it for so long, but the way I've always looked at it is like the way like a pool player, and I'm a terrible pool player.
Yeah.
But the way they can shoot the ball, but what they're thinking about is the shot after that shot.
Yes.
That's kind of how it goes. Like I'm thinking about the rhyme that's going to follow the rhyme I'm about to say in
Yeah.
my head. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking like one move ahead.
Right.
And the beginning, the first one is always the throwaway. You know, that's just something that you can associate with, and then the next one is the joke. Is the
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Like, ba-boom,
Sometimes, and
ba-boom.
sometimes it works.
And sometimes there are two with you. He's really
Sometimes it's good.
upsettingly good.
Wow. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, Pissy's in Jersey.
Pissi Myles.
Pissi Myles,
Yeah.
the drag
Call
queen.
Pissy?
Isn't
Let's
that
call
pretty
her. Do you have her
amazing,
number?
though?
Yeah.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Can we call her? She'd be so excited.
She would be so excited. But now, to answer your earlier question, Zach, my last name is Charles.
Okay.
I'm RuPaul Charles.
Charles.
I'm from San
San
Diego,
Diego,
California.
California.
Yes. And you are from somewhere in the South. You're from North Carolina?
I was born in Houston, Texas,
Right.
and lived in Germantown, Tennessee, and I went to college in Winston-Salem.
Now,
North
at the
Carolina.
School of Performing Arts, I knew lots of people who came from that performing arts school. Like David LaChapelle went there. Did
Yeah,
you know that?
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Who was there when you
In
were
fact,
there?
I was the homecoming king my freshman year, so I went in drag.
Yeah.
And I did kind of like I felt like I was sort of like a Cheech and Chong. I did like a bandana, a beard,
Yeah.
and a
Back when
giant
you can
dick.
do cultural
yeah, no longer,
Appropriation,
no
correct.
longer okay.
Yeah, maybe in a comedy club somewhere, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. But I just love cultural. Say the word for me.
Appropriation.
Yeah, I love it.
Appropriation.
I
Yeah.
think it's important. It's like mixed race babies. I think everyone should have a mixed race baby. Should go with some
I
other
tried.
race.
Sometimes marriages don't work.
And you know what? And you tried and
That's
tried and
true.
tried and tried, Michelle.
My fucking ovaries.
Well, I just think mixed race babies are the most beautiful babies.
I mean,
in
I
the
agree.
world.
I can give you a baby.
Yeah.
Could you please?
But it
What
wouldn't be
race are we
mixed
mixing,
race.
though?
Jew.
And Jew.
Ah, two
I
Jews.
tried
Jews,
to.
yeah.
I went for. I was up for any baby when
Yeah.
I did my adoption profile, and I had to do
What color baby did you get?
She is Caucasian with a little Native American.
Ooh, that's pretty.
But I had to take like because I was open for any race.
Uh-huh.
I had to take like a racial.
DNA thing?
No, I had to take a class into
Oh,
like
oh,
how
I
to
see.
parent a child of a different race. It was
Yeah.
really interesting. Just
Was the
about,
class in Van Nuys?
it was no, it was in my. It was on my computer.
Oh, okay.
It was in Keys
He's
of
on
Van
Van
Nuys.
Oh boy.
So this class, what did you learn in this class?
Well, what I learned is like, well, you might say, I have not a racist bone in my body, and when your child is with you, your child may not won't experience racism, but when your child is not with you, that is when your child will probably or could experience certain types of racism. And so it's just important. We listen to kids on the video who were just like, why you gotta have, I mean, why can't you just have your own? Like, what are you trying to prove? And then the other kids who were just like, I love my white mom. It's been a great time. You know, it was one of those things where it was sort of like the idea that if you want to have a child who is not in your, is not your race, you need to make sure that there are people in your life, not just, bystander friends, but like important people in your life that are that child's race, so that person, that child can feel connection to their race.
Right.
And you need to make their you need to, if they're from another country, you need to
incorporate
that into
your
your
life,
life, into your story and your heritage, and just try to make that as important.
Which is why now that she has a part Native American baby, she has to open a casino in her house.
Right.
That's great.
Is that racist?
So
That's
just how
fabulous.
much Native
It's good,
American
and
is
it's
your
a good way to
baby?
make money.
It's a great way to make revenue.
We also
Enough to make her tax exempt?
Is she 1/8?
her birth mother told us that she was that she had some Native American in her.
So you don't know?
No, I had to write letters to the 17 tribes to find out if
Wow.
she was registered, because there was a child protection act that happened in the 70s.
But also, Grandfather Bush changed. I have a whole storyline with this. And Grandfather Bush changed, or first
Papa-
one.
Yeah. Papa
Changed
Smurf.
it. Yeah. So it's not as easily available for Native American children. So I think that 1/8 thing is now 1/2.
Is that what it is? I know
Something
that.
like that. It
Have you
changed.
guys seen Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? My new favorite show.
No, I haven't.
In
My
that,
daughter
there's
loves
a
it.
character who's like, I am 1/8 Choctaw. And he
Right.
collects money because of
It could be possible, and I could be wrong, but I know that he changed it for the worse for Native Americans. Maybe
Now,
it's since changed.
Zach, do you know who the father of your children are?
No, I
No.
have no idea.
Yeah. Do you have a desire to know?
Not really.
Yeah.
They are mixed race, and I'm white. My wife's white, so that's strange.
That
But
is-
I never ask questions. I'm like, hey, they're healthy.
Yeah, and they're pretty. They're pretty.
They can still be bat mitzvahed.
Yeah.
As
Right.
long
And
as
bar
they're
mitzvah.
pretty.
As long as they're pretty, especially in this town. What part of town do you live
I
in?
live over Hollywood foothills, I guess, off Franklin by
that
the
like
UCB.
Beachwood area.
What's UCB? What's UCB? Oh, yeah, the under the underbridged
under
comedy,
Central Bridge, UCB. I
Yeah.
live under the Central
the
Bridge.
United
Undercarriage belly.
United, come on, help me
Upright
out.
Citizens Brigade.
Upright Citizens
So
Brigade. by
basically,
the
my
bourgeois
neighborhood,
pig.
right? Exactly. My
Yeah.
neighborhood is basically a whole bunch of parents, and then 3,000 20-somethings who think they're all going to be the next, like Andy Samberg.
They're all
Yeah.
going to be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Well, they're in the wrong city.
Which
so.
is kind of crazy. Now, Missy, you've worked so much. Of course,
I'm trying to find Pissi Myles on Facebook.
How have you been able to manage this career and be such a success for 20 plus years, honestly?
Well, I've
because
never-
listen, I got to just say, most people in this town are not working. Most people are not working, and you've managed to work for a long, long time. What, is it luck? Is it skills? Is it the lack of a gag reflex?
I was just going to
I
say,
have
we're
done
unhinging jaw.
so much blow, and done so many. I blow while blowing.
That's
And
amazing.
I blow.
Yeah.
I'm overblown.
That's part of that Nicolas Cage scene you didn't see.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very nice of you to say. I've never actually. I think the thing is, I've never actually been like I'm not on. You don't see me in magazines. You don't see me on talk shows. I've never actually been that person. I've never had anything catapult me to the next level. So I just kind of exist just under the radar, and but I've done enough stuff that sometimes I get pulled above the radar for jobs when other people, like I went out and did a movie. I'll get oftentimes called the day before something starts because they're negotiating with Cher and it breaks down. Or I came in for Cher one, and
Really?
I did it.
She was robbed for
A
Moonstruck.
couple episodes of
she
Boston
won
Legal
for
that they
Moonstruck.
wanted
whatever.
her for.
Mask.
Mask. Or somebody's not available and at the last minute they'll call me, and I've definitely, and a lot of times I work too, and like one day. I mean, I've never had a job that's lasted more than 6 months. I've never been on a series that's gone more than a year. In fact, I did like 13 pilots before one ever even gotten picked up. So it's just been, this sort of like wave of just and I think because I'm a character actor too, and I've done a lot of crazy, like I will do anything. In fact, my little sister said to me once, you talked about like what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done. My little sister wanted to be an actress, and she's just like, some of the things you do are just so embarrassing. I can't imagine doing them. And I just was sort of like, like how do you do that? Just like,
You're like, well, that's the beauty about what you do. You're willing to put yourself out there, and you're willing to go into the unibrow costume versus a lot of actresses who are like, no, absolutely not. I won't go on without like my full makeup team and my hair perfect.
I just played in this movie called Action One. It's a movie where with Nicolas Cage in it. He didn't want to do it, and so they said you could still do the movie, but I'm not going to play myself. And so they decided that what might be funny was to have in every scene that he's in a different actor playing Nicolas Cage. So I actually just came back from Canada a couple days ago and played Nicolas Cage.
And you should show them the picture because that's hysterical.
Oh, so you played Nicolas Cage.
I played
What's
Nicolas
this Nicolas Cage storyline
3.
in your life?
Do you get
I don't
to
know.
do you get to hump yourself while the police come in and bad guys try to come and
They
kill
try
you?
to
kill
I
you?
have humped myself so many times.
The crazy thing
I'm
is,
humping myself
Right,
right
yeah,
now
I know,
in
yeah.
back
this
in the day,
chair.
I've had to play Nicolas Cage too once, so I shared my video. Did you watch it?
I don't look anything like Nicolas Cage, but that's
look
me
at
with a
look
bald
at the
cap.
hair.
With a bald cap and a wig. It's
It
like
was
a 4-hour.
almost identical to his hair, which is
Let me see. Oh yeah. Yeah, I could see Nicolas Cage there.
Right.
Actually, you look kind of like
Danny Zuko.
or no,
like
or
a little
Bill.
bit of Steve
Bill
Buscemi in
Hader.
there.
Bill Hader. Somebody said I posted it on
Bill
my
Hader,
Yeah.
on my Twitter. Well,
That's
I
the
did
nose
this,
contour,
I did this
too.
one thing where I just was like,
you're kind of unrecognizable in that, which is pretty cool.
I did this thing for my Instagram. Oh no, God, that's me
La, la,
talking
la,
about
la, la.
Oh, this one where I just was chewing my gum for like a
Ooh, that's
pretty
nice.
awesome.
and someone said that was Bill, like is that Bill
Yeah.
Hader?
It does.
That's great.
It does.
Are those
Kinda look
are
like-
those fake eyebrows on?
Yeah, they drew him in. I did a full bald cap.
But are they? Are there hairs in
they a
those
little-
No,
eyebrows?
that's just
a pencil.
just a
Yeah.
pencil.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's good. Now, Zach, have you ever done drag?
You know, I not in like a film or anything, but I remember a couple incidents in my life, sure, and both times were very enjoyable.
Only while having sex.
Well, one time it was to try to get laid.
Really?
The girl was like, "I'm just up and drag." I'm like, "Yeah, of course, whatever you're into."
No, honestly, for real. Did you dress in drag?
Yeah, that was one time, and then one time when I was like in 7th or 8th grade, I went to school for Halloween as a woman or as a girl, like a hot girl. And it was the best thing I ever did. It was just so
Really?
much attention. Every girl was like, "Hey," you know.
Who got you up into drags?
Who did it? I think my mom probably helped. My
See-
mom had a bunch of wigs.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, she did. What'd your mom do?
I don't know why she had all those wigs. She was in the 60s. She had a bunch of falls for her hair.
Oh yeah,
That
they
was
all
the
did.
thing.
Yeah,
That was the
everybody
thing.
did. Yeah.
It was kind of like that sort of thing. I don't know. It was very freeing.
Do you have pictures?
Somewhere, I'll scan them and send them to you.
Did you look pretty?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you
You
put
know?
false eyelashes on you?
Oh, I used to have really long eyelashes.
So she just mascaraed them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And did you?
I didn't tuck. That was the
You
one
didn't
thing I
tuck?
wasn't comfortable with.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to tuck unless
Yeah.
you're wearing, something that's showing. Now, did you? Honestly, who was the girl that emerged? Was she coy? Was she a slut?
She was a whore.
Well, she was.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
I was
Did
very
you give her a name?
No, I don't remember. So long ago.
Yeah.
I just don't remember. Although if I was in drag, I would probably have to go with Pissy Myles.
There you go.
Taken.
It's taken. Yeah.
Do you just go by RuPaul when you're in drag, or do you have a drag name?
My drag has always been a social commentary. I was in a punk rock band and we dressed up in drag as a gimmick one night, and all of a sudden I had all this power like Superman, and I thought, oh, I could use this later. I'll tuck this idea away, and later when the rent came due, I thought, now's the time to pull this thing out,
Right.
and it was a success. But it was never about wanting to be a woman or anything. It was more
Right.
about a social commentary on synthetic identities, because, everything is drag. You're born naked, the rest is drag. So that's how so my name, I never came up with a drag name because it wasn't about that,
Is RuPaul your real name?
RuPaul is my real name. And
Who are you named after?
I was named, my mother had a magazine, Ebony magazine of July 1960, and it was a cover story of Fats Domino. And some of the people around his pool at the bar, they listed their names, and one guy's name was RuPaul, RIPOLL Roberts, RuPaul Roberts, and my mother had circled that name. But later, when she told the story, she said it had to do with putting Ru, she's from Louisiana, both my parents from Louisiana, the base of a gumbo, into her culture, into my name. So that's why she went with RuPaul. And if I were smart, and I've said this before, I would have chosen a fake name in show business because you don't want your real name on public records. I tell kids this all the time. Come up with a fake name so that you don't have your
like a
real,
fully fake name, like the kids did back in the 40s and 50s.
Well, yeah, sure. You know,
like Nicolas Cage. It's really Nicolas Coppola.
But that's
there
a
you
Nicolas.
go.
Some of them changed the whole thing,
Do you
like
know
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know who Bernie Schwartz was?
Who?
It's Tony Curtis.
Elton John.
No,
but Elton John's
was
another one.
Reginald
one.
Dwight.
Yeah.
Reginald Dwight, yes.
I think if I was going to be in drag, I think the hottest name I can think of is Devin. I just think that's a hot girl.
As a girl name,
That's
yeah.
a stripper,
a hot girl.
stripper,
It's a stripper
slutty
name.
girl.
Like,
Yeah.
It reminds me of a Billy Idol video.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
I want to be Devin.
She's a little satanic.
Yeah, for sure.
She's not afraid to do whatever you ask.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's a little fashion forward because her parents were fashionable and hippie. And
She always wore the tight jeans,
She wore tight jeans.
low cut shirt,
Had
Yeah.
a couple ribs removed. For
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah. Ooh, she was
if
dedicated.
necessary.
Sure.
Yeah.
Devin. And is Devin a slut?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If I was not married, I would definitely be still. I mean, before I got married, like most people, I was running rampant up and down this horrible Sunset Boulevard, nailing everything that fell out of the saddle ranch at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. How long have you been married?
Oh, sorry. A long time. I've been married for 12 years now.
12 years?
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
long stretch.
It's a nice stretch.
I think, people, marriages should last for 7 years and you should option up. Every 7 years, you should option up.
So the 7-year itch, every 7.
Every 7.
Scratch your itch.
You renegotiate for how it's going to go on from here on out.
That is such a good idea.
It's a very interesting idea.
Yeah. Well,
7 years, and then
you say
maybe going for the next 7 years, we're going to have separate bedrooms.
separate bedrooms
Right.
and,
We both get to take a lover.
Sure.
Well, that's really overstepping it.
Well,
but
not really.
Here's the thing. Heterosexual, homosexual have two different views on open relationships. Not that I disagree with the idea of it being there if you're open to it and that works for you.
Right.
But for the most part, most women in particular would not allow that taking a
that's
lover
because
thing.
I couldn't allow it.
Well,
I can't.
my
can't
husband
imagine
wouldn't
some
either.
Dude just wrecking my wife. It's like
I bet
horrible.
you could.
My bear guy was really into it. My
Into what?
ex-husband. Swinging.
Really?
Yeah.
And you
we went
allowed
to a
it?
couple. Did
Did it work for you?
I made a couple of I didn't really cheat on it, but I had an emotional affair with someone else.
Sure.
And in order to get back from it, I was like, yes, I'll go with you to a sex resort, like one of those
Yeah.
resorts.
Yeah.
I think we went to
Fun.
Desire or something in Mexico, and it
Oh,
was
down in Cabo, of course.
Yeah,
Luis and Miranda was working.
and of course I was like, this is going to go poorly because we're semi-famous, and of course people were like, hey, what do you? So and then we ended up meeting because I was really kind of by it. But I can see how that could work.
Well, you know why? Because we are all programmed with a directive, like in the Westworld, where we women want to nest. They are looking for security. This is just what's in our DNA and in the way. And men want to spread the seed. They want to spread the seed, and it's just part of who we are. So anything that blocks that directive is thought of as, I don't feel that good about that.
Right.
And the truth is, if you have a commitment, an emotional commitment to someone, and they're putting their pee-pee somewhere else, and all without
permission,
without
or an
permission,
understanding,
or even if you have that understanding. If the base is okay, it should be fine. But the ego gets involved.
Oh, God.
And then you feel like, this is an attack on me. I must not be good enough. Men don't think of it that way.
I don't know. I'm a girl. I mean, when it comes down to
You're
it,
Devin.
I'm
a
a
Jew.
guy,
I have the
though.
guilt.
I could get it. I get it. I could do it.
Right. I couldn't. I'm like.
But then again, I don't know. I think if I'm in that place in a relationship, I may not want.
It depends where you are
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always does.
emotionally.
Well, because if you've been together for a long time and you are in a partnership, a real partnership, and you know that this motherfucker right here got my back, and ain't nothing going to come between that, then you are secure. And if putting
but if
your
you had that,
pee-pee-
then you don't need it for anybody else.
But you know what? Listen,
I
putting
disagree.
your pee-pee somewhere else for a man is different from putting your poo-poo somewhere else for a woman.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're in a male-male relationship, you have to understand that part of it. It has nothing to do with if this motherfucker got my back or not. It's a partnership the way
I
it was
agree.
back in the olden days.
Yeah.
Like in the
In our
70s.
days,
Yeah.
And by 70s, he means 1870s.
1870s.
I was gonna
yes.
say.
Yeah.
For
I don't disagree. I mean, I know what you're saying. It's very men and women approach it from a very different point of view.
Right.
Mars and Venus, and that at the end of the day, that's the way it is. My husband would never be able to have. I could probably have an open relationship before he could, and it depends on the people. It depends on their mental state.
Yeah.
Where you come from, where your parents divorced, was there an affair in your past?
Yes.
All kinds
Yeah.
of shit.
I wouldn't
Right.
want to do it though
Yeah.
anymore. I might have.
Do you have
might
a list? Do you have a list of the 5 celebs you're allowed to do?
There are no hall passes. My husband knows who does it for me because he'll say, did you watch Tarzan? I'm like, Alexander Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
He's like, yeah. And I was like, no, I haven't seen it, but
He's on my
definitely,
list.
yeah, he's on everybody's list.
I can get down with him if I
But
wanted to.
there's lots that I think him and I we both know who does it for each other. But
Yeah. I said earlier today it was George C. Scott for
Yeah.
me,
which is very interesting.
It
Yes,
is
very
really
interesting.
very.
Yes.
Wow,
Zac
George
Efron can get
George
it
C.
any
Scott.
day, all day.
oh,
Yeah.
Zac Efron.
Any day, all day.
Really?
Yes. Sorry.
You're kidding
Nope.
me. He's
Wow.
a child.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
3.
No, he's not.
He's almost
You guys-
30.
I think
Thank
he's like
you,
17,
Zach. No,
right?
no.
He's in High School Musical?
Yeah.
I guess
15
that's
years
seared
ago.
in your brain.
I guess so. I still see him as a
I
child.
was still. I did
Still
I
banging
did
the
a
living hell
table
out of
read
him.
with Ryan Gosling, and that guy looked across the room at me, and I literally, this chair was wet.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
He is so incredible.
Zac Efron's 29. I'll have
He
you know.
acted with me in this scene. It was like the best acting I've ever done. Sitting at a table with him, he is.
Have
like
you
on
ever
another
seen him
fucking planet?
to perform Everybody Dance Now, the Freedom Williams? have you ever
Ryan
seen
Gosling?
CNC
Yeah,
Music
CNC
Factory?
Music Factory?
No. From when he was a kid on,
When he was a kid on
Mickey
the-
Mouse
Oh,
Club or
right.
whatever
yeah,
it was.
yeah. I think that would probably change the way.
If I saw it, maybe I need
yeah,
to see that.
Yeah, Hey, he's another Scorpico, and that's probably that magic,
doesn't do it for me.
Now, Mr. Producer, did you say we need to go to a break now? Is that what you said? All right. Well, we'll go to a break right now. We'll be right back with a little bit more. Girl, the reviews are in. The world has spoken. The internet has spoken, and everybody loves them Casper mattresses.
I think you mean the reviews are in because our show has thrown everybody into a tailspin to get themselves a Casper mattress.
That's right. Over 20,000 reviews have come in with an average of 4.8 stars. Wow. Casper has quickly become the internet's favorite mattress. And we've been singing their praises for a good long time
because
now.
I sleep on mine every night. What I love about it's the new hybrid mattress. It's got premium latex foam with memory foam. They're extra comfortable. And I told you, this time of the year, I put my heating blanket on it. So when I jump on that big heated pillow mattress cloud every night, it's like jumping into, like I'm an actual cherub playing a harp in heaven.
Oh, it sounds like sanctuary.
It is really unbelievable. And they're so confident, you guys, in the quality of their mattresses that they have a risk-free trial and return policy. You can try sleeping on a Casper like Rip Van Winkle for 100 days. Free delivery, painless returns. If you don't like it, they'll even pick up the mattress for you.
Oh, you can't beat that.
100% risk-free. So what are you waiting for? Just go get $50 toward any mattress purchase right now by visiting Casper.com/Rue and using that offer code RU. Now, terms and conditions may apply. That's Casper.com/RU. Get started today, y'all. I am telling you, you will sleep like a baby.
Okay, we are back. We've got a lot of stuff going on here. First of all, I think we've got Missi Pyle or Pissi Myles.
Okay, I'm
The drag
doing it
queen.
right
She's
now.
going
I'm
to call
calling.
now. Michelle is watching the Ryan Gosling thing on the
YouTube.
YouTube.
Like the pants
I
up
just
to his...
got an alert on my phone that I'm overdrawn on my bank account.
Oh my God!
God, so much
We
is
are all in
happening
the
Awesome.
same
in
world.
this
All right, are we
studio
ready?
right
Should I
now.
put him-
Yeah,
put her on
let's
speaker?
let's
see.
talk
Okay.
to Pissi.
Did you block your number,
Myles.
though?
No, I gave her my number.
Oh, okay.
I
Now,
actually put it on her
it's
Facebook
ringing
page.
now.
Okay.
Now, this is Pissi Myles or Mile?
Pissi Myles.
Myles.
This is a
This is
drag
the-
queen who's named herself.
Is this Pissy?
This is Pissi Myles. Is this Missy?
It's Missi Pyle. Can you guys
so
hear?
nice to talk
Yes.
to you.
I'm here with my friend Michelle and my friend RuPaul and my friend Zach.
Hello.
Hi, guys. How are you?
That was RuPaul.
Hey, Pissy. What now, Pissy?
Hello.
It's RuPaul here. What city are you in?
I'm actually based out of New Jersey, but I perform in New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia.
Pissy's in the sweetest berry of all berries.
Oh, she's Asbury is the sweetest berry of them all.
It's so sweet.
Wow.
It's so nice to get to talk to you guys. Michelle, I'm actually from a town not very far from South Lake, Bakersfield.
Where are you from?
I'm from Berkeley Heights.
Oh my God, Berkeley Heights is nice.
Oh.
I know. I got lucky. I won the lottery.
Yeah, somebody came from money, not me.
Now, Pissy.
Oh, I'm not going to say I come from money, but...
Pissy, it's RuPaul here. I want to know, what type of songs do you lip sync in your act?
I lip sync a little bit of everything, but I mostly sing, actually. I'm a live singer. I do song parodies and original music.
And why did you decide to use the name Pissi Myles?
Yes, Missy wants to know too.
Yeah.
I'm very flattered and excited.
I'm so flattered to be hearing from you right now. My friend Pat Fitzgerald actually was one of the producers on Bear, and I believe on your cabaret show at Joe's Pub. So around that time,
You came to Bear, or he did?
He was one of the producers on
Oh,
Bear.
okay.
Yeah, and so he apparently had been working with you and was just in my ear like Pissi Myles this, or I'm sorry, Missi Pyle this, Missi Pyle that.
Yeah, Patrick.
How much he loves you. Yeah, Patrick.
Oh, yeah, he produced my show. I did a one-woman show at Joe's Pub, and he produced it. He's fantastic.
Ah.
Yeah, and that was around the time I started doing drag, and my boyfriend kept shooting down all of my drag names at the time. He was like, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that. And one morning, it was Christmas morning, we were driving to my sister's house, and he didn't want to listen to Christmas music, but I fucking love Christmas music, and I was losing my mind. And so he knew he was getting my goat by telling me to turn it off, and then after he had riled me up, he was like, oh, do you want to talk about your drag name? And I was like, you know what? You're turning me into Pissi Myles in a minute.
Oh.
I love it. When are you going to start covering my amazing music?
Yeah.
Double date
Like
rape.
double date rape,
yeah.
Music anytime you want.
I wish you were dead. Double date rape. Damn, I love you, Jesus. I want to fuck you up. These are all
Hits.
the hits.
I figured it would be terrible if I stole your name and your music. I was like,
It might be. People might.
True.
You might get booed off the stage.
Well, Pissy, it was such a joy to be able to talk to you. We're doing the podcast right now. We were talking to you about you earlier, and I'm so happy we got to get you on the phone.
Me too.
It's my pleasure. I'm so glad you guys called. It was nice to hear from you.
So nice to hear from you. And I'm wondering, because I couldn't get Facebook Messenger because I don't have it on my phone, would you mind deleting my phone number from your public page?
Did you post it? Are you?
Oh my God.
I had to get Pissy on the phone, so I did what I had to do.
Oh my God!
You're
That's
insane.
wonderful. And Missy, feel free to call me the next time you're in
Oh
New
my
York.
God,
I'd
we're
love
going to do a
that.
show together. It's going to be epic.
I would love that.
Okay.
I would love that.
Oh,
so
she's
much.
lying, but have a good day.
Thank you, Pissy.
Thank you, Pissy.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Oh, that was
Oh, my
fantastic.
God.
Fun.
So much has happened in the studio, and I have a feeling that
Oh,
someone
my
here can probably put that into a song.
Yeah, I'll try. I mean, I just want to say, Pissy, when you hear this, congratulations. And first of all, you're probably one of the most recognizable figures in drag. If not
hello,
number one.
I am the queen of
Okay.
the drag.
There is no
Yeah,
other.
Pissy probably is pissying his her pants.
Probably, yeah.
Losing his pissing mind.
That's pretty impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. I wish we can call one of my stalkers from high school who still Facebook me. If you want,
Oh, yeah, maybe we can do that.
You know, once they get a 10-minute break after lunch in prison,
Yeah, right on.
which isn't bad.
So now you've got a song
I
for...
don't know. I've made a couple notes here.
What
I have
is this
nothing
genre
that rhymes.
called where you can freestyle a song? What is that called something?
I just called it Honky-tonk freestyle.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of this show again?
It's called
What's the Tea?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you be? I'm here with RuPaul on What's the Tea. We're doing it right, having fun, as you can tell. I really like his co-host. Her name is Michelle. She does a thing, you know she's coming through. I'd give her a mixed baby, but too bad we're both Jews. That's how it goes for us all. And I figured out my drag name, by the way. It's Jew Paul. That's how it's going, makes you twist and shout. I'll never knock you like Tanya Tucker's teeth out. Hey man, that's coming hard. I came and started hooking on Santa Monica Boulevard. Got in a car with a guy and said, this looks great. Next thing you know, Missy wrote Double Date Rape and she performed it. The song was the best. Michelle's favorite movie is called Galaxy Quest. She did it right again. She says that Missi Pyle could be her friend, and she does it right with all kinds of strength. And one day she was on a show and they cut the perfect length hair that we talked about. People saying you got to get the fuck out of here with your damn rhymes and your freestyles, and down with Missy and her drag queen, Pissi Myles. There you go.
Wow.
I mean, right?
Oh, wow.
Unreal.
That was amazing.
I mean, does not disappoint.
oh my goodness.
Bam.
It's like having Jay-Z right here.
Or let's be more realistic, Eminem.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can go with
RuPaul.
that.
Yeah.
Yes,
RuPaul.
That's
Nice.
What a name to me.
Yes. It's
Aber
brilliant.
I'm gonna bust that out on stage.
Yes.
At DragCon.
I love it. So now this podcast will also run as your podcast. Is that how we've worked
Yes.
this out? This
Is that
like,
okay?
I love this.
Yes.
It's like a brilliant sort of synergy, sort of crossover merger.
love it.
Cross-promote.
I love it.
It's
I love it.
fantastic.
So we'll just do our own opening for it and
Yeah.
say this is our podcast too.
I love it. Now, what's your podcast is called?
It's called Missi and Zach Might Bang.
Yes, and it's available in all the places that ours is available.
Do you know where podcasts are available?
I don't.
We're launching
no
in
idea.
January, actually.
Zero.
I don't
They're
know when
on. You
guys
get it
are
on
gonna
your
release
phone.
this.
On your phone.
On your phone.
Any smartphone, iTunes.
Yeah, on iTunes. And,
Millions of. If you
You
have
could just launch the podcast app.
yeah. That's
Okay.
it.
Easier.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be a banner.
We're going to have a banner. We're going to be
producer
launching in
is
January. And Anna Ferris is one of our executive
She's our executive
producers.
producer.
And her production partner, Sim Sarna. So we're excited to be sort of in their family.
And we're excited to have you as one of our
very
podcasts.
excited.
Yes, this was
Absolutely.
beautiful. I like it.
Perfect.
Super
It is
fun.
absolutely perfect. Well, thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
being on our podcast. It was so much fun, so much talent.
And
It's just
this room is, if this room could lift off into space,
It's a Wonka baby.
we could go to Mars, repopulate the planet.
yes,
With
and we'd be mixed race
incredible
babies.
mixed race
Yes.
babies.
Well,
And
we'd
very
be counting
tall.
on you for that one,
Yes.
baby.
We
Very
would give
tall.
Caucasians.
That's right. We've got it all. It's
We'd be
all
tall.
here.
My uterus doesn't work, so Michelle, you got a lot of work
Mine's
to do.
that shop is closed.
Well, but mine's does. Mine,
Oh,
mine
yours does. Oh,
Yeah,
great.
It looks like
absolutely.
I'm the seed master.
That's you. My cruise ship has sailed many moons ago.
We'll just be the grandmothers in the red tent.
Yeah, you go.
Sure, why not? Well, guys, thank you so much. And Michelle, until next time, my
Yes,
dear.
baby.
Bye.
Bye.
Can I get an amen? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen?
And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes.
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Amen.